reports on the news this hour. Abductors of two students of the Federal University Wukari are now asking for 12 million naira ransom, as against the 50 million naira earlier demanded. The chairman of Wukari local government area of the state, who spoke exclusively with TVC News, says the security agents are on the trail of the kidnappers. Olabi Adenuse has a report.
Days after their abduction, there seems to be a ray of hope for the two students of the Federal University of Wukari who were abducted earlier this week. The victims, a male and a female, were abducted at an eatery located off campus. The chairman of the local government says the abductors have reached out to the owner of the eatery, demanding 30 million naira, which has now been reduced to 12 million.
From the security report I got from the DPO, they reached out to the owner of the eatery. First, they were requesting for, or they demanded for 50 million. As at yesterday, they dropped it to 12 million. And they even told the man that they came for him. Since they did not meet him, let him get ready, that they will still come for him.
He explains that the kidnappers specifically told the owner of the eatery in a phone conversation that he was their target, not the student, and they will soon come for him.
The assurance I have for my people is that the security agencies are on top of the situation. Since the incidents happened, they've been patrolling day and night. So there is no cause of alarm, there is no fear. By the grace of God, these hoodlums, these wicked people, they are going to be arrested.
The local government chairman calls on the people of Wukari, particularly those in student communities, not to panic, as their safety is priority in line with the KEFA's administration policy. The abducted students are from the Department of Microbiology and Economics respectively, and were in the school to rewrite their carryover courses.
Meanwhile, women have been encouraged to uphold their self-esteem, maintain physical, mental and social health to improve their well-being and contribute to nation building. Now, this came to the fore at a women's conference held in Oshobo with the theme Fostering Female Leadership in Personal Development and Nation Building. Rafiu Hamid reports.
It's a gathering of women from across the states. The motive is to mentor the participants on the need to take their future into their hands.
Like what you have in Lagos, what you have in Port Harcourt and some other major cities of Nigeria, there's no forum for women to come together, to collaborate, to network, to learn and all of that. And I was inspired by God to say, look, let's put up a platform that is not religious, not political, but gives room for women to actually come together, learn, interact with themselves and all of that, collaborate, and then be able to contribute together to move the state forward.
The guest speaker, Funke Felix Adejuma, challenged them not to depend solely on their husbands, but rather engage in businesses to be financially stable.
It is no longer fashionable to say that behind a successful man is a woman. The rules of the game have changed. We are no longer behind. Only dumb women are behind their husbands. When God created the woman, he didn't take the bone from the back. He took it from the sides. So we are now beside you.
Wife of the Osun State Governor described the program as an eye-opener.
For me, it's for women to come together, work together, hold each other's hands to make a better nation. I believe enough should be enough for complaining. You know, women have complained for a very long time on gender inequality, gender discrimination. But for me, I think it's time we leave this issue of complaining and hold our hands.
Former Minister of Education, Obi Ezekwesili, who spoke virtually, stressed the need for women to aspire to be great. Participants were also encouraged to go into farming and be creative. Some distinguished individuals, including retired Assistant Inspector General of Police, Olafimia Adewe, were presented with awards at the program. Rafiu Hamid, TVC News, Oshobo.
And away from that positive representation of persons with disabilities and stories that focus on their capabilities rather than limitations will help combat stereotypes against PWDs. This formed part of discussions at the second edition of Intellectual Disability Conference held in Lagos. Esther Mokwariola reports.
In a world where intellectual and neurological disabilities are quite prevalent, many individuals grapple with conditions such as Down syndrome, cerebral palsy, autism, and dyslexia. However, one significant challenge lies in the acceptance and understanding from their families.
Persons with disabilities in their support. We're not putting out to say help them.
This conference seeks to change the narrative and promote societal inclusion of persons with disabilities.
For broadcasters, for as persons, empathy is the first thing we need to bring on the table. A lot of people are dealing with a lot of things in a lot of ways. But if you have not put yourself empathetically in their shoes or to reason alike with them, you are just going to do things on your own volition.
It's time for us to put dedicated effort into research and development. Why are certain things more prone with the black community? When we do this, we are better able to know how to handle it and know how to manage it so that generations coming will have a playbook and will easily identify. Loved ones, caregivers will not struggle with the labeling, and the general society will be more accepting of these realities.
She didn't know the term to use. She wrote persons living with disabilities.
Many also agree that PWD awareness should start at the family level, which in turn will permeate to the broader community.
The parents need to rise above stigma. We are stronger than one another. I mean, I'm not as strong as you, probably, and you are not as strong as probably the next person. But we need to get to a stage where we rise above that stigma. We need to really raise others up. It's not about us. If you really look at it, life is not about us. It's about the people around us and how we've been able to build people. Where you go, it's not what you have, it's what you've done that makes the difference.
Staying confined to wheelchair can say persons with mobility impairment.
The conference aims at creating awareness on intellectual disability, discussing the different ways through which PWDs should be treated and strategies for promoting their positive representation. Esther Mokwariola, TVC News, Lagos.
Exactly,
Also, there is a growing emphasis on enrolling in vocational schools and acquiring one or more skills, particularly now that the unemployment rate among youths within the age bracket of 15 to 24 years surged to 5% for the third quarter of 2023, marking a notable increase from the 4.2% recorded in the second quarter 2023. To manage the unemployment rate in Lagos, a Pentecostal church is equipping more than 1,000 individuals with vocational skills through a 3-day skill acquisition program. Head of the Department for the Harvesters Skill Acquisition Program, Abiola Adegoke, says this initiative is in alignment with the church's vision and mission to empower members of the community through practical training and changing lives.
It started in 2016. It was pioneered by our lead pastor, Pastor Bolaji Dowu, and we've had over 40 diets. HSAP is a huge part of Harvesters because literally we change lives here. We have numerous success stories from HSAP. We have people that have taken the culinary arts and are doing fantastically well in the catering industry.
After here, we put them together in a group, and from time to time we check on them. You know, we help them with support grants and all that. We take them through different webinars and trainings, you know, monthly to like help them sustain their businesses. We help them create businesses, help them with CAC registrations, whatever it is that they need, their tax returns and all that stuff. So yes, we always follow up with them. We have a growing alumni community.
I'm wowed that a church could be giving out this kind of program at no cost, free. Do you understand?
I started the training. It has been so good because I had to learn things and unlearn the things that are not actually important. And now I'm very sure that getting into the makeup world back, it is going to be a total blast because I have learned a lot of things.
We're still watching TVC News this hour.